Alright guys, so thanks for viewing the channel today. What we're going to be talking about is exhausts. Exhaust chrome tips, exhaust homemade, exhaust types and styles, and what people prefer and what the results are and sound differences. So today I've got a list which is going to help me with all of this and help me remember. So first, one of the questions that we've seen asked a lot is the tip size and what the result is. So there's different sizes of tips. You can go as big or small as you want. For diesel pickups, which is what we're going to be talking about today, there are some popular ones. There's 3 to 4 inch, there is 6 inch, and there is 8 inch. And then there is these, which these are actually mufflers, but as you can see on my pickup is a 10 inch. So there's also something else to know about these, that on an exhaust tip, if you guys can see the two different sizes. When you order one, you need to pick the interior size of what's going to go into it, your exhaust all the way to the truck, and your exterior size is what's going to be result of. This is an 8 inch, and this would be a 4 inch inlet. And also when you guys get these, I prefer the one with the bolts on there, so then you can clamp them down, you can try them, you can see how you want them working before you just absolutely have to weld them on for permanent results. So there's a few of them. Also, if you want to, some of them we've homemade, or this one actually a friend of mine made, is off of semi-exhaust. So this is just a piece of semi-exhaust, and he cut it off at an angle, and then we've been running that. That's what's actually going back on this pickup here of mine, we will get to that in a minute. Then there's the 4 inch. And if you can see, this one is actually one that we have not had a vehicle on a vehicle of ours personally, but this is a 4 inch exhaust tip with an adapter that goes down to 3 inch. So there is another one of the exhaust tips, guys. So today on this part of it, there's also, if you guys can see down there, that is a 10 inch exhaust tip on a 5 inch exhaust that goes to the turbo. So the results of the exhaust is the bigger exhaust tip you have, the louder the truck will be. But it minimizes the loudness of your truck with the exhaust tip. So you've got, let's say A, B, and C is how loud you can get, but you can't go to D until you get a bigger exhaust, period. All the way to the turbo, or at least half the way to the turbo. So like my brother's truck, which is a burgundy and gold first generation, it was on some of the prior videos, and my phone's ringing, and that we put on is actually a 5 inch exhaust from the cab back. You can do that. That definitely helps the sound of the truck, and it also keeps the volume in the cab minimal, because if you put an exhaust like this one has 5 inch exhaust from the turbo back, it really sounds good, but in the cab it gets annoying just a little bit, actually a lot of it. And for some of my passengers, if I don't go easy on it and don't just if I push on it pretty hard, it'll actually give my passengers headaches. So with that said, that's another reason you can get a big exhaust from the turbo back, but probably not too big of an exhaust tip, because otherwise that will counter-react each other and you'll have an extremely loud truck, but it will be very annoying in the cab. So as for the results, the bigger the exhaust tip, the louder the sound, but you can't get as loud as you hear on YouTube a lot, because if you have a 3 inch exhaust, you can get a 10 inch tip, which is about like this or that size, for a 3 inch exhaust, so it looks ginormous on the little exhaust, which also doesn't help your looks, but also you can't get extremely loud because of that. So on the terms for exhaust tips and styles that we've seen and that we've noticed on YouTube, for you guys that are new to the diesel world or don't know much of this and would like to, there's different styles. You've got number one is the bed stack, like the blue and the two-tone blue Dodge pickup. There's a friend of mine's on the channel. He has a bed stack out the back. You can have a bed stack which would be up there on the front corner. You can have one on both sides, or you can have one in the center or a little off-centered to the right side. Those are bed stacks. Then you have this exhaust style, which is just a standard exhaust style. There's nothing really fancy about how it comes out, nothing like that. Then you have the exhaust style, which they call it, the term on YouTube and stuff is called dumping coal, or dumping, which would be like you've seen on the prior videos, the burgundy and red one. We had it to where it was just coming from the exhaust. Like if here's the exhaust, it comes down and just dumps right here. It does not pipe all the way out. So that is called dumping. Then you've got the hater's pipe, which comes right off of the front axle where the wheel well is, and it comes right out there, or it'll come out the side of the fender. Very permanent way to do things, guys, so I would definitely think it over before you cut a hole in the side of your fender. but that is another thing you can do. And then there's the hood stack, which is either usually off to the right side, centered, or you can have dual hood stacks, and those are extremely loud. If you've noticed on the prior videos, we had one of those on the black first generation Dodge pickup. They are illegal, guys, so if you run one of those, there's no responsibility on my end for you guys running one, because they're definitely illegal and you should not be running them on the highway. We did not run ours on the highway because it is definitely illegal and I don't want a ticket. So there's part of that. Then also, what we run on pickups, there's different ones. We don't modify all of our vehicles, guys. We've got trucks with 4-inch exhaust on the Dodge pickups, which is what we drive, from 1989 to 1993 was the first generation Dodge pickups, intercooled and non-intercooled, and they had the 3-inch exhaust from the turbo back. Then you've got from 1994 to 2002, I apologize, 2002, and they were from 3-inch back also. Then you have from 2002 to 2009, and those were what they call the 3rd gen hood styles, and they have 4-inch exhaust from the turbo back. And then you have the 2009 to 2019, and those are the 4th gen hood styles, and they have also a 4-inch exhaust from the turbo back. The 4th gens and the the ending of the 3rd gens had the regen pieces on them, which are about like this. They're kind of like a muffler, and they restrict the truck a lot, and you can get them deleted at a professional location. You would need to talk to your professionals about that. Getting a little bit off subject though. So, then also what it sounds like and what sounds best. If you're going for a quiet sound, as completely quiet as you can get it, in a diesel, definitely would stick with stock exhaust or whatever comes on it. Then if you wanted a little bit of flash, you could put a chrome tip on it, but just a little one, nothing very big in size. So if you have a 4-inch exhaust, you could just put a 4-inch chrome tip on the end of it to make it look better, or a 5-inch. But if you go big, then it gets the sound magnifies again. Also, if you want a medium sound, so you've got low, which is what I just explained, medium, which is just a little bit of drone in the cab, and it is somewhat annoying if you're going on long trips. Would definitely not recommend it if you have a family in the car, because it seems kind of hard to hear each other, and that is just part of it. But and this is straight pipes, if you have mufflers, then that brings a whole nother dynamic into it. If 4-inch is pretty nice on the straight pipe part of it, then again, the bigger exhaust tip you have, the louder it will be. 5-inch would be after stock, so it would not be stock on any truck. I've never seen a 5-inch exhaust come stock on a pickup unless you get it modified like from the dealership new, and that would be different. But a 5-inch exhaust is pretty nice, but on my pickup, it drones a lot in the cab. So I would recommend if you're going on long trips with 5-inch exhaust, you would definitely need to insulate the cab better. My exhaust is straight. It does not have a muffler in it, and it does not have a resonator in it. I'll explain what a resonator is in a minute. The muffler, as you guys all know, quiets down the exhaust, but as you get the bigger exhaust, you're technically fighting against the muffler. So there's not necessarily a point to have a muffler in the exhaust unless you just want to quiet it down a little bit, but you're fighting each other on that. I have known of guys, I've actually got it'd be a kind of a cousin that actually had a truck. It was a 3rd gen. I believe he had 6-inch through the truck, and he put a semi muffler, which is what this is, guys. If you can see this, that is a semi muffler. You can put that, that's an old one, that's junk. You can put that underneath your truck. As you can see, it's awful big, and I don't know how it would look under there because we've never had one, but you can put that underneath your truck, and that will definitely quiet down, and it'll sound more like a semi with a Cummins engine in it. But then again, it's just another extra step, another added feature, and another purchase. So that is something else that you guys would definitely need to think about. And yeah, come on in, Justice. My brother's standing over there, and I'm explaining about this. So this is all the exhaust tips, and one of them, like you see that was on my pickup, is a 10-inch. It's actually what we did with it. Justice helped me on it. Was we took an exhaust muffler like this, and this is the excess of it, but we cut it off, and if you get one of these, this is a great place to get a big exhaust tip, and then again, it's loud, and I know I'm going on forever, but this is a great place to get a cheap exhaust tip if you want to. Just go to a local salvage semi-yard, ask them for a junk muffler off of a truck. They'll probably not charge you extremely much at all. These mufflers are rusted out. There should be a center in them, but there's not. And so we just cut it off. It's already got it all welded in perfect. It'll slip right over your 5-inch exhaust, and it just works wonderful for that type of thing if you're into homemaking things yourself. Then they make different types of exhaust also, which makes different sounds. And like I was going to mention that I was going to explain, a resonator. What a resonator is that it quiets the truck down at high RPMs. So it's loud at low RPMs and quiet at high RPMs. So that's just another topic, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. At the end of this, we are going to show what a 10-inch tip sounds like on a 5-inch exhaust with a 5.9 Cummins diesel. We will start that up and see. If you guys have any questions, please comment down below. We will be happy to answer them for you. I hope this was an informational and helpful video. And please, if you guys enjoyed this, please hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below. And like I said, stay tuned for next time. Alright guys, so here is the first gen. My brothers pick up the burgundy and brown one, and it has the 3-inch exhaust to the cab, back of the cab, and then it's got 5-inch all the way out, and then it has an 8-inch tip. So Justice, go ahead and start it, and we'll see the sound on that. It's in the dark, guys, but that's what the time we had to do it, so. There you go, guys. Alright, guys, well, I sure hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it wasn't a little bit too boring for you. We're going to have some more content coming out soon. I'll fold that up so it doesn't get too much in the way. There we go. And the first one was this pickup, which is a 2005 Dodge with 5.9 with a 5-inch straight pipe from the turbo back. And then it's got a 10-inch tip. And then the last one was actually Justice's, as you probably guessed. And like I mentioned, it has a 3-inch exhaust tip, or a 3-inch exhaust to the cab, and then a 5-inch from the cab back, and then an 8-inch tip on the end of that. So, hope you guys enjoyed.
And if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.
And if you didn't like what you saw, please don't downvote it. Comment what you would rather see, and hopefully we will make more content that you guys enjoy. So thank you very much, and don't forget, in every real cowboy truck, you have a lariat. Have a great day, guys.